Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I wanted to discuss an issue that I felt was a bit prevalent in the self-improvement community. And I feel like I've seen this issue in a number of big sort of social media and self-improvement influencers on YouTube. Um, to start off with though, self-improvement content has become more prevalent within the last few years, like the last 4 or 5 years or so. And I think that's a very good thing. I think people making that kind of content and that kind of media more accessible to the extent where anybody can look at a self-improvement video and just think, you know what, I can implement these things in my life. And people go from the point where they're just like surviving, they wake up, they go to the 9 to 5, they come back, watch Netflix, eat their fast food dinner, and then go to bed and repeat the whole cycle again, to the point where now they feel like enacting some sort of positive change in their lives, where you look at their previous day and it just becomes a lot more productive, and they're definitely improving in a lot of areas in their life. The key ones being they're more mindful, they're more they try they put an emphasis on learning more, so they read more books. They put an emphasis on growing rather than being in the comfort zone, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But whenever something meteoric happens on the internet and when it starts rising, there's a sort of community that starts building from it. So you've seen it with gaming, you've seen it with reacting videos. There's people that get onto it, and then after a while there's a sort of community that builds up. And again, any sort of community where people gather to share their thoughts and their ideas is in theory a good thing. But here's where the issue with the self-improvement community comes in. Now, the reason why I started with self-improvement is because I wanted to make, I had noble intentions with it. I started watching this one YouTuber who, for the most part, I really enjoy his content, and I feel like it has massively inspired me to make my own YouTube channel and enact positive changes in my life. And his name's Hamza. He is a YouTuber based in England. He's Pakistani, and that's one of the struggles that I've also been through. I'm not Pakistani, but I'm brown, living in a foreign country, and I feel like a lot of the things that he's been through, in terms of going from a lesser version of yourself to slightly building yourself up. Obviously, I'm not fully there yet, but I like watching his videos gives me a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration, and it makes me want to enact positive change in my life. And that's the reason why I started this channel. It's because I wanted to make content that sort of people would watch it and think, yeah, you know what, this guy is making some sort of sense. I now want to enact positive change on my life. And one of the things, although I really appreciate Hamza doing what he's doing, and I really appreciate the content that he's making, I watched one of his more recent videos, and it was titled something like "The Biggest Green Flag You Can Find in a Girl." And while I was watching the video, he goes on to mention, and this is a bit of a spoiler, but he goes on to mention that the biggest green flag in a girl is a positive growth trajectory. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, that's pretty much what self-improvement is. It's like when you're on self-improvement, you're you're on a positive growth trajectory. You make positive changes in your life that make you go from here to here. Obviously, there's a trajectory that you go from there. But that's when I kind of realized that he mentions in almost all of his videos that his goal, his target audience is young males. And that kind of got me thinking, his videos are specifically targeted towards young heterosexual males. And this video says this is the biggest green flag in a girl. What I fail to understand, and what I don't see on this channel a lot, is why not just make content that is gender neutral and just applies to everybody. Because he's even mentioned in a previous video of his, I can't remember the name, but he's mentioned that he does have female viewers that have watched his videos and are inspired by his content, and that is again a very, very good thing. But my issue is that when you're tailoring your content towards young men, specifically heterosexual men, um, there's a certain like entitlement that they get, and it's sort of like preference towards them. And while it's fine to have a target audience, I just feel like if you were to make your content applicable to pretty much anybody that watches it, it could be so much like more beneficial to society as a whole. I feel like pretty much since forever, there has been a major bias towards, heterosexual men, um, and they've been like favored for pretty much everything. And where I wanted to differentiate with my message and my like content is I wanted to be so that pretty much anybody could watch it and try and enact some sort of change in their life. The first ever video I made said, I want to help and I want to make a difference, because I don't want to wait until I'm in my late 60s to retire from my job and then start giving back, because that's just way too late. And so I'm here now thinking, what can I do to make my content more exclusive and more not exclusive, more inclusive, and just help out everybody that I can, not just a specific like target audience. And so I hope Hamza watches this video and doesn't take this as constructive criticism. I know for a fact that when he looks at content that like criticizes him, he takes it very well. And I feel like, if he does watch this video and if he does hear what I'm trying to say, I hope that he does use that content and uses this advice in future videos. I feel like a more inclusive community, one that includes everybody, not only men, could be one that prospers. And although yes, there might be a difference of opinion, who knows? I just feel like this could be. It's very important to be inclusive, and if we can do that in this community, I feel like it'd be so much more beneficial than it would have been in any other community. Because like, let's look at gaming. Let's look at reaction videos. Those videos don't make a massive difference in your life. They are solely for just instant gratification, and just you watch them and then that's it. Like, yes, it is important to see representation in that kind of content, but I feel like if you were to see representation in this area, it just makes so much like more of an impact. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm trying to say. I just wish I'd see more inclusive content in the self-improvement community. If people are watching this that haven't subscribed, I'd urge you to subscribe, because I will be making self-improvement content going forward. And if Hamza's watching this, I hope you learned something from this, and I continue to watch your videos and be inspired by them on a regular basis. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.